Hi guys, in this quick message, we're going to review what is the outcome of the election is going to really mean. Is it good or bad for the stock market if Trump wins, Harris wins, and the highly weighted debate tonight, how could it impact the markets tomorrow? So without any further ado, let's get straight down to business, guys. They both suck as far as their policies. So, I was shocked by what Trump had to propose a few days ago as far as his solution to the weaker dollar. Harris just sucks Trump times fucking 100x. So, you probably don't even have a brain if you're going to vote for her. So, for the worst of the two outcomes, Harris is definitely that's just, Harris wins. The market straight up goes to straight hell. Trump wins, the market is still going to hell, maybe not just at such a fast speed. So basically the outcome is the same. The market is going to hell. That's just to a quick spoiler to a little bit longer explanation of things. So basically, it doesn't matter who the fuck wins. Harris Trump equals inflation. Okay, because it is. Because of Biden administration, inflation's got the fuck out of the control. It's not because of COVID, damn it. It's not because of COVID. It is because Biden and the company decides to go and fucking start a war everywhere in the fucking world. And, we told you about it. I said, look, when he was pulling the troops out of Afghanistan, I said, well, this motherfucker is so stupid the way he's doing it. He might have another war he's about to start at any given moment. And shortly, the whole world, of course, does what? Blames Putin for starting a war. That war was started by motherfucking Biden, okay? That piece of shit Biden motherfucker, okay? So if you had, you need to get your brains fucking checked if you voted for that piece of shit. And you definitely need to get your brains fucking checked if you're fixing to vote for Harris. Okay, because there's never been a more fucking communist-oriented piece of shit candidate in the fucking history of United States politics. Biden was a fucking puppet, and Harris is going to be a puppet. Biden times, 50x. So, they're talking about the job creation. And guess what? Biden administration didn't create a single fucking job. As a matter of fact, the only reason they're able to show any kind of job growth is because they're, number one, of course, it's clear, they're manipulating the numbers. But number two, there hasn't been any job growth in the private sector. All the jobs that were created is government, okay? Government jobs are fucking useless. It's just like, why do you think Elon Musk fucking left California? It's because California is the most communist motherfucking state you could possibly come up with. They want to fucking regulate everything. Before you know, they're going to fucking regulate the time you can use a restroom. Okay, this is the most fucked up state in the world. And so no wonder Elon Musk is pulling the hell out of it. Okay, who wants that who wants double, triple motherfucking taxation? Who wants every time you want to get something done to go through such a hassle? You can probably get shit approved faster in China opposed to the red tape you got to go through in California to get a permit, to get anything done, we're talking about, man, if you live in California, fucking get the fuck out of it. You gotta, I don't know. Anybody that lives in California, I feel sorry for you motherfuckers. Anyway, with that said, California is a prime example of what Democrats will do to the rest of the country. Okay, they're going to spend fucking money they don't have. Your insurance is going to go to the roof. You're going to have a shitload of fucking homeless people. You're going to have a shitload of crime. Okay, you're going to have everything that you're not supposed to have in a truly democratic state, a country. Okay? What a country of law is supposed to be known for is low crime rates. Okay, you should be able to go to church safely. You should be able to go to a grocery store safely without getting shot. Well, in California, good luck. You don't know. In California, it's more risky to go fucking outside than it is to take a daily options trade with options expiring in 15 seconds. Okay, Guys, we're talking about like Democrats. They have taken this great country to total shit in the last 4 years. They've created more government jobs, and government jobs equals extra spending that you don't need, okay? And if Democrats going to win again, I mean, you're going to see the most severe fucking depression the world has ever seen. It is a fact that United States of America will go through the most difficult economic hardship in the entire fucking history of the United States. Now, that is a fact. That's what you get if you're going to get Harris. Now, certain sectors could rally, like solar. Oh, they're going to fucking subsidize us. They're going to help us out. They're going to fucking rescue us. They're going to give us a handout again. So, like, those companies that benefit from handouts, those companies that basically don't produce shit, can't survive in a fair marketplace. When Democrats are going to give them a handout, those companies are going to do well. Okay, so that's it as far as the marketplace concerns. But as far as the macro, right? It's the big government spending. It's the bigger fucking government. It's all these government jobs that are creating, that are pushing paperwork from one office to another, that they create absolutely fucking zero. Okay, so they borrow fucking money and they spend it on useless fucking jobs. They don't create a damn thing for the society of the country. Okay, what is that called? That's inflation. You take money you don't have, you spend it on some shit that don't produce shit. That is inflation. Okay, so that's what you get with Democrats. Now, Trump, I highly favor Trump because he promised that he was going to put an end to war, not just the war in Ukraine, but he said he was going to figure out a way how to stop the war in the Middle East. Guys, I mean, it's highly contradictory, right? But could he stop the war in Ukraine in a short time frame? Yes. So, for that reason, okay, he's a much better candidate. Simply for that reason. Because, they're talking about the terrorist countries, the terrorist states, it's fuck Biden. And his administration is out of fucking terrorists. It's because of them son of a bitches. There is young people that are dying in Ukraine, young people that are dying in Russia, and who's fucking responsible for that? Okay? It's Zelensky and Biden motherfuckers that are responsible for that. Let's face the fucking truth. I don't give a fuck what they're showing in the news. Okay? It's Biden and Zelensky who are responsible for killing thousands, hundreds of thousands of young people, young generation. Okay, Zelensky basically fucked his country in a way that nobody throughout the history of Ukraine has ever been able to do. I mean, he's killed every possibility of this country being self-sufficient. Okay, so now this country basically, is going to have bend over backwards every time the West wants it to do something. Like it is totally complete bullshit. And this guy, fucking Zelensky, he cannot be the real president that people would actually vote for there. There's no fucking way. It's just another case when United States fucking, sabotage shit in the country. It goes back to 2014, but basically it's another war. And another war means what? Higher prices, high inflation, okay? I mean, United States, let me just give you the facts, okay? The fact is this. United States has spent $100 billion on war in Vietnam, and already United States has spent over $200 billion in war in Ukraine. There are your fucking facts. And what did you have back in the late 60s and early 70s during the war in Vietnam? Okay, countless of U.S. soldiers died. Most of them black men. Yeah, because they were broke and they had no choice, and they went and fought for the country and they fucking died. Okay, so who got put together? Okay, most of the time it's the poor people that get put together. In this case, the United States put the whole fucking broke country of Ukraine together, and it's thousands of their people that are dying now, which shouldn't be fucking dying. They shouldn't be dying if Ukraine had a legitimate fucking president who actually cared about the livelihood of its country. No motherfucker in the right state of mind would send young people. Now they're sending women to war, okay? They're sending women to war to fucking die. It's fucking ridiculous. So War means inflation. When did inflation take place? Well, inflation really took off in the late 1960s, in early 1970s in the United States. And what was the major characteristic of that? Well, it was the fucking war. United States fucking started in Vietnam. Well, United States started this fucking war in Ukraine. Okay, you put the two and two together. All right, and now United States is the one that, like, now twice officially, the whole fucking Europe and United States fucking admits they didn't want Ukraine to sign a peace agreement that Putin offered now more than twice. The peace deal actually is on the table, okay? But Ukraine wants to talk to everyone besides Russia to make that peace deal work. And actually, the war would have never started if, guess what? If fucking Ukraine didn't break the peace deal. So that deal that was signed in 2014, it was just smokes. It was smokes, okay? So the United States can go in, train the fucking Ukraine army. They can do all this shit. Guys, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure all this shit out. I mean, this shit is real, okay? And of course, if you listen to the average media, they got you brainwashed. And, I mean, the real villain here is the Democratic government, who goes out there and starts every fucking war in the world that we have seen. Okay, it's total bullshit. So war means inflation, and if Democrats win, not only they're going to spend on government, they're also going to continue the wars around the world, and that's going to create inflation. Do you think that the Federal Reserve is going to lower interest rate, hike interest rate? Do you think any of that shit matters? The answer is no. I've given that answer in many videos because I said that you cannot control political inflation with monetary policy. You cannot do that. So it doesn't matter what the interest rates are, as long as you have multiple wars going around the world, okay, your chain of supply is broken. You got people like fucking Bass, that motherfucker, okay, supposed to be a hedge fund manager making billions of dollars, right? That motherfucker says, well, I'm not for free trade. I don't want no free trade, man. It's the whole definition. How every country prospers and benefits is, by the economies of scale, by free trade. But yet Trump comes out and he says, I'm going to sanction the shit out of every country that doesn't want to use United States dollar. Now, it's okay if you use tariffs, sanctions at certain times as a negotiating tool to get something done short term or to prove a point, but it is not okay when you threaten the rest of the world saying, look, man, you ain't going to use my currency. I'm going to fucking do 100% tariff. That is not a fucking solution either. That is basically inflation at its best. You're going to inflate the price of every country that does not want to use voluntarily, okay, United States dollar, okay? Guess what they're going to do? They're going to run faster. They're going to run faster from United States dollar than they have ever done in their lifetime. Every country in the world will run the fuck away from United States dollar than ever in the history, at least in the last 100 years. So we're going to have major transition. The dollar is in full-blown collapse, and it's going to collapse. And if this is Trump's solution to make the dollar stronger, is to basically tell everybody in the world to use the dollar, we're going to raise the taxes, whatever you want to call it. Tariff is a fucking tax, basically. Imagine you're doing business with 10 countries. One country's got, big consumer base, which is United States. And clearly, maybe you're doing maybe 30% of your business there, but you're doing 70% of your business all out of the world. Let's say there's 10 countries in the world. You're doing 30% in one country. You're doing 70% of your business in 9 other countries. And now the country where you're doing 30% of business is telling you, hey, we're going to make sure you're going to make twice less if you do business with our country. What is that you're going to do? Well, you're going to go and say, well, fuck it. I guess I'm going to go make more deals with 9 other countries I'm doing business with. negotiate some better terms to where I can transition the current volume I'm doing with this country that now basically says, fuck you, if you don't want to use my currency, I'm going to fuck you up. Well, that shit ain't going to work, because I got other 9 countries that give me free trade agreements, that give me preferential terms, that actually want to do business with me on the terms that are beneficial to me. I'm going to tell the one country I'm doing 30% of my business with, I'm going to tell that country to fuck off. I'm definitely going to escalate that to the point where in a shortest amount possible of time, I'm going to dump that one country. I'm going to do more business with the 9 other countries. So, I mean, as much as I love Trump, I mean, his solution to make United States dollar stronger is total shit. And it's actually going to do exactly the opposite. So imagine now that every country in the world has a threat that Trump is going to raise taxes if they refuse to transact in United States dollar. What is that going to do? Now, every country in the world that does business with the United States is going to do less business with the United States. They're going to dump United States dollar. Okay, and guess what's going to happen next? Well, United States dollar is even going to collapse at a faster speed. Now, considering that United States is no longer the producer. See, United States got stronger for the right reasons. You know, back in the late 1800s, back in the early 1900s, United States used to produce a lot of shit. They used to make a lot of good shit. They were the manufacturing capital of the world. So that's how United States got stronger. It's got stronger for the right reasons, for the millions of hardworking people that crossed the ocean, that came here and they worked their ass off, okay, to make this country prosper. Now, that was voluntarily, 100% voluntarily. So the country got stronger for the right reasons. Now, okay, the proposition of tariff every fucking motherfucker out there who doesn't want to transact in dollars, that is not derived. That proposition is not a proposition that derives from a situation of strength. That sounds like a proposition that derives from a stance of desperation. And desperation does not attract anyone. Hey, last time you were trying to get a girl and you were too desperate, what happened? She'd be like, man, I ain't interested in that motherfucker. Okay? So that's what United States is doing. And it's shocking that Trump is actually proposing to be desperate. Okay? That is not a fucking solution. So I hope that is not Trump's real solution to make the dollar stronger. I mean, the biggest fucking thing you can do to make the dollar stronger is to cut out all the motherfucking sanctions, is to cut out all the motherfucking tariffs so people would actually want to do more business with you voluntarily. You cannot force people to do business on terms that are disadvantageous to them. You cannot force China, okay, and cut them off the NVIDIA chips because you're afraid China is going to utilize those cheap and have competitive advantage. Okay, you cannot have control over some Swedish company, which is ASML, that you as United States fucking government now telling some Swedish motherfucking company to stop supplying China with chips. What business do you have to do that? Look, control only works for so long. At some point, it all fucking collapses, and it's never been this fucking bad. So you want United States dollar to be stronger? You pay off your government debt, son of a bitch. Okay? You negotiate terms with other countries on which they want to do business with you voluntarily in greater amounts. That's how you make the country prosper. You don't go out there and you tell a bunch of people, oh man, you don't want to transact in dollars. Man, fuck you. We're going to raise your taxes or tariffs or sanctions 100%. Man, that's not a definition of a proposition from the point of strength. And if proposition is not deriving from a point of strength, that whoever is making that proposition is going to lose. That is a fact. Art of War. Go and read the book, guys. It is that simple. So, to conclude this, you should be looking for trades. It doesn't matter if Trump really means what he said in the last few days, that is his solution to make the dollar stronger. That's total dog shit. That's not going to fly. That's only going to make the dollar weaker. If Democrats win, they're going to make the dollar weaker than fucking ever. It's just if Trump takes over, it's going to probably take a little bit slower for the dollar to weaker than if Democrats are going to win. But bottom line, the 100% outcome, no matter who the fuck wins, is inflation goes to the fucking moon. Inflation goes to the moon. We're talking about the same type of market circumstances as we had back in 1973, 1974, and one thing was clear. Dollar was collapsing, gold was going higher, oil was going high because there was another war. Surprise, surprise, we're talking about wars again, okay? And guys, there's nothing different between now and 1973 and 1974 besides the fact that every person in the United States owes a lot more to the banks. They owe a lot more in their house. They owe a lot more in their cars. They owe a lot more in their credit cards. And the dollar devaluation, makes them not able to repay the shit. Okay? It doesn't matter how many fucking student loans Biden can forgive. Okay? Dollar's going to drop in value. It's going to collapse, which means anybody that has any fucking loans, I hate to say it, but you guys are fucked. So, you might as well just run up your fucking credit cards and buy the shit out of puts. Okay? That's what I'm telling you. That's the fucking solution. That's the situation. And maybe then you'll have a chance to fucking pay off your house, pay off all your cars, pay off all your credit cards, and have a few $1 million left after that. The situation is dire. Okay, you have banks collapsing today on September 10th, and you have oil collapse. And the last time we've seen that happen simultaneously was right before the market collapse in 2007, 2008 transition. Yet, when you turn on your news channels such as CNBC and Bloomberg, all they're talking about is what? Oh, it's a soft landing. This is going to be the hardest fucking landing to where people are going to not feel their ass. They're going to lose their ass on this fucking landing. So, guys, be fucking smarter than that, okay? Be prepared. It doesn't matter who wins. One thing is clear. It's fucking inflation. And if you want to know how to trade inflation, you go to 13marketmoves.com right now. You're going to see something that tells you to sign up for a 100x trade. We've got a 100x trade even a 4-year-old can take right now and profit from it over the course of the next 120 days. And it all has to do with everything I just described in this video. If you understand what the fuck is going on, okay? If you don't, you need to wake the fuck up. You need to have a friend listen to this video because situation is dire. We're heading into one of the biggest market collapses the world has ever seen. And it's going to make the 1973-74 collapse, which is when the market dropped literally 50% within 6 months. That's going to make that look like peanuts, okay? That's going to make it look like just a small dip. There is a chance the market could drop 90% over the course of next 12 months. There is a chance of that. There is a probability of that. So, I mean, I could be highly conservative when I'm saying that things are going to collapse by 50%. So nobody's ready for it. Apparently, Wall Street analysts, they're totally not ready for it. They think the Fed is going to come to rescue. Well, the Fed could not come to the rescue fast enough in 73, 74. Janet Yellen is highly bullish on the market. She thinks the job market is good. And, if there was a bet that I could put to the tune of a few $1 million betting against Janet Yellen, understanding the market conditions right now, I'd fucking bet every cent of it. So, guys, we're talking about a 100x on Janet Yellen, but I'm just generally speaking here, but there is a specific trade that we're taking now that could generate 100x plus. I mean, 100x could be fucking conservative. So go to 13marketmoves.com, put your information in, talk to your senior trader right now. This trade could begin happening as early as tonight. It could begin happening as early as tomorrow, 8:30. And make sure you listen to the next message. We're going to describe, okay, not just the inflation, okay, but what does the CPI number tomorrow could actually translate into the market short-term move over the next few days, over the next couple of weeks, guys. So don't miss it. I know this is a very disturbing message to some of you. But guys, it's better to get it now and act on it than to just listen to it and not do absolutely fucking nothing and miss the fortune of your lifetime betting against the fucking markets. All the money is going to be made on puts. There's only one thing that's going to go. Actually, there's two things that's going to go to the moon. There's going to be an absolute bull mode. And if you schedule a call right now with 13 market moves, we'll tell you exactly what these two trades are, and we'll tell you top 3 trades and go 100x plus over the course of the next 120 days. Guys, this is your chance. This is your fucking moment you've been waiting for. Do it now. Let's fucking roll. Biden or Harris equals inflation. Do you know how the fuck to trade inflation? This time, in 2024 and in 2025. If you don't, you got to call us now, because the move could begin as early as tonight on September 10th. Let's fucking roll.